welcome back to Onyx Pages. I want to take you through a bit of a haul slash unboxing slash look at the mail that I got. So the first thing, okay, so this is Like Water for Chocolate, and I actually watched this movie many years ago and really liked it. Like Water for Chocolate was written by Laura Esquivel, and it is a, let me see, it is a magical realism story, and it involves a woman who I think that she learns or realizes that she has the power to make people feel certain emotions when they eat the food that she cooks. And I'm reading this for the Latinx-A-Thon. And I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Yvette or Priscilla who described this book and reminded me of it, but each chapter is written like a recipe, and so I haven't read a book like that ever, but I remember really loving the movie. So this is Like Water for Chocolate, and this is for the Latinx Readathon and Hispanic Heritage Month. On a similar theme, this is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and I'm really happy that I have this because if you don't follow Sylvia Moreno Garcia on Facebook, you really should. She is witty and smart and a prolific writer, and she tweets a lot about her writing. So this is a, I'll read the inscription on the inside of the dust jacket. So the Mayan god of death sends a young woman on a harrowing, life-changing journey in this dark fairy tale inspired by Mexican folklore. The jazz age is in full swing, but Cassiopeia-Tun is too busy cleaning the floors of her wealthy grandfather's house to listen to any fast tunes. Nevertheless, she dreams of a life far from her dusty small town in southern Mexico, a life she can call her own. Yet this new life seems as distant as the stars until the day she finds a curious wooden box in her grandfather's room. She opens it and accidentally frees the spirit of the Mayan god of death, who requests her help in recovering his throne from his treacherous brother. Failure will mean Cassiopeia's demise, but success could mean her dreams come true. In the company of the strangely alluring god and armed with her wits, Cassiopeia begins an adventure that will take her on a cross-country odyssey from the jungles of Yucatan to the bright lights of Mexico City and deep into the darkness of the Mayan underworld. So I would, and then that's a picture of Sylvia. She's also a Canadian author. So I would encourage you to check out this book. It is, it's a new release. It came out this year, 2019, I think, yes. Yeah, so it's a new release, 2019. A lot of booktubers are talking about it. You should check out, I believe that Perpetual Pages at Adriana did a review, and their reviews are always epic, so you should just watch their binge their channel because it'll change your life. But also check out their review of the Gods of Jade and Shadow. So I'm really excited to read that one. I know that I'm not going to read it all in the month, but I'm just going to do my best. Okay, so this, I guess this box was the box of the books that I bought for the Latinx-A-Thon, and this is such a beautiful cover. So this is Sal and Gabi Break the Universe, and I purchased, like, oh, so the cover is like, it's textured, right? So you can see there's like shiny parts and matte parts. Okay. So this book was written by Carlos Hernandez, and I believe it was on Yvette's channel, which is Book Cave. I believe that Yvette recommended this for the Latinx-A-Thon. So who put the raw chicken in Yasmini's locker? When Sal Vidon meets Gabi Real for the first time, it isn't under the best of circumstances. Sal is in the principal's office for the third time in 3 days, and it's still the first week of school. Gabi, student council president and editor of the school paper, is there to support her friend Yasmani, who just picked a fight with Sal. She is determined to prove that somehow Sal planted a raw chicken in Yasmani's locker, even though no one saw him do it and the bloody poultry has since mysteriously disappeared. Sal prides himself on being an excellent magician, but for this sleight of hand, he relied on a talent no one would guess, except maybe Gabi, whose sharp eyes never miss a trick. When Gabi learns that he's capable of conjuring things much bigger than a chicken, including his dead mother, and she takes it all in stride, Sal knows that she is someone he can work with. There's only one slight problem. Their manipulation of time and space could put the entire universe at risk. A sassy entropy sweeper, a documentary about wedgies, a principal who wears a Venetian bauta mask, and platefuls of Cuban food are just some of the delights that await in this mind-blowing novel, gift-wrapped in love and laughter. I love it when the descriptions of the books are as beautiful as the books themselves. So, I'm looking forward to reading this. Now, in September, I'm going to be doing the Space Opera September, and also I'll be reading Latinx and Afro-Latinx books. So I'm a fairly slow reader, which makes 2-week readathons difficult for me. So I will just continue to read these throughout the months. But yes, this is one of the books that I got. This may be a long video. Okay. This is called Black Magic Women, edited by Sumiko Salson, and published by, I can't read this, Mocha Memoirs Press. Terrifying Tales by Scary Sisters. So this is a 2018 publication. From 18 of the women profiled in 100 Black Women in Horror, come 18 soul-scorching tales of terror that place Black characters up front and center. Black Magic Women, Terrifying Tales by Scary Sisters. Imagine horror where Black characters aren't all tropes and the first to die. Yes! Because that's a thing that I don't like. Imagine a world written by Black sisters where Black women and femmes, and I like the distinction, that includes non-binary Black folks, are in the starring roles, from flesh-eating plants to flesh-eating bees, zombies to vampire-eating vampire hunters, ghosts, revenants, witches, and werewolves. This book has it all. Cursed drums, cursed dolls, cursed palms, ancient spirits and goddesses create a nuanced world of Afrocentric and multicultural horror. 17 terrifying tales told by 17 of the scary sisters profiled in the reference guide, 100 Black Women in Horror. So I am so excited about this. And one of the reasons why I'm really interested in this, and I remember picking it up, was because there is a stereotype of Black women being scary, intimidating, you know, if we're not like smiling and giggling, we're angry and all of these things. So I do think that there's something beautiful and sarcastic about a group of Black women and femmes writing a book and basically saying, actually, this is what's scary, right? These are scary things. We're cool. That's scary. So I am looking forward to this one. I may read this around Halloween or when it's dark and stormy outside. So, Black Magic Women. Okay, Colony Ascension, and this is by Valjean Jeffers. This is an older publication. It's self-published, and it looks like it was first published in 2011, but I am not sure. Okay, so the reason why I picked this up, so Valjean Jeffers is, she's an author She's really active on a Facebook group called The State of Black Science Fiction. And I had put out a call for Space Opera September because I wanted my first read. So the first read for Space Opera September has to be a novella. And I wanted to make sure that I was reading within my genre. So books written by Black folks, African-centric science fiction and fantasy. And it's actually quite hard to find space opera novellas written by Black folks. So I had to search far and wide, and Valjean reached out to me and said, why don't you buy my book? Because it is an erotic space opera novella. So this is called Colony Ascension. And okay, the Tyrian female he was mating with cooed and groaned, while in the back of her mind she wondered about the light she'd seen. It hadn't come from her planet. The earth is dying. Populations have been segregated into worthless and valuable populations. Wages buy only food and shelter, while the rich live like kings. Earth looks to the black abyss of space to save them, and the abyss looks back. Other species have their eyes on Earth, each with their own plans. Okay. So, erotic space opera. I don't read a lot of erotic work. So yeah. Oh, so interesting. I just opened to page 115 and the first line says, I'm not gay. And then, it's okay if you are. It doesn't matter. It's safer nowadays for folks to stick together. So there's some commentary about gayness, so we'll see what that looks like. Yes, so that's it. Reading within the genre that I do requires me to really look at a lot of independent publishers because it's hard to get your work published. Okay, now this, I may have spoken about this before. If I did actually in the mid-year freakout tag. So I won't spend too much time talking about it, but I do want you to know about this book. This is an advanced reader copy of Black from the Future, a collection of Black speculative writing. And it was edited by Stephanie Andrea Allen and Lauren Sherrill. And it's got a lot of names that I recognize. So Joelle Gomez, Alma Lavon Rice, who I'll be reading for the first time, and I'm happy to do so. I'm looking forward to her writing. And this writing encompasses the broad spectrum of Black speculative writing, including science fiction, fantasy, magical realism, and Afrofuturism. And all of the contributors to this collection of short stories, they're all Black women. So this came out, or it's coming out. So the anticipated publication date was August 20th, 2019. So this is a new release. So for those of you who are interested in reading science fiction, fantasy, Afrofuturism, magical realism, and you want to read Black female writers, this is definitely an anthology for you to look out for. It's available now. And Black Lesbian Feminist Press. This is the outfit that brought us Two Moon Stories by Crystal A. Smith, which was wonderful. So I trust their brand and their choices, and I'm looking forward to reading this. Being a slow reader and getting arcs it's a challenge, let me tell you. Okay. So so we are now in the Black woman, Black queer speculative fiction / part of the haul. So this is an advanced reader's copy that I got from Duke University Press. So this book is going to come out in February of 2020. This is Dub, Finding Ceremony, written by Alexis Pauline Gumbs. So that's Alexis Pauline Gumbs. And I have read already Spill, which is a book of poems. I also have, there was another one by Alexis Pauline Gumbs that I've read that I'm forgetting the name of, but it's probably in here. Alexis's writing is amazing. She's brilliant, she's warm, she is Her and her partner, they they do a lot of like oral archive work, so they really like record the thoughts and creations, and they read the creations of Black lesbian feminists in the US. And Alexis does workshops and breathing meditations and dream work and academic writing, and she's just incredible. So her work is genre bending, but it is Afrofuturist within its texture, how she conceives of writing. Even her writing looks different on the page, and it feels different when you're reading it and when you're speaking it. So this is the third in a poetic trilogy that she's put together, and it takes inspiration from the theorist Sylvia Wynter, dub poetry, and ocean life to offer a catalog of possible methods for remembering, healing, listening, and living otherwise. In these prose poems, Gumbs channels the voices of her ancestors, including whales, coral, and oceanic bacteria, to tell stories of diaspora, indigeneity, migration, blackness, genius, mothering, grief, and harm. Tracing the origins of colonialism, genocide, and slavery as they converge in Black feminist practice, Gumbs explores the potential for the poetic and narrative undoing of the knowledge that underpins the concept of Western humanity. Throughout, she reminds us that dominant modes of being human and the oppression those modes create can be challenged, and that it is possible to make ourselves and our planet anew. Reading this, I remember Alexis. I had the opportunity to listen to her when she came to University of Toronto to speak to a group of us, and she was talking about Audre Lorde and talking about reading her work and really accepting the challenge and the responsibility to continue that lineage in her work. And so Alexis sees herself as one on the line of this ancestral lineage of Black feminist thinkers and trailblazers, weavers and poets. And I even get just chills thinking about that. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. And she's also hella funny and just awesome. So there's that. I should speed this up because we're at 20 minutes and 53 seconds. Okay. Aha. Okay, so announcement. Earlier this summer, I was invited to become a Penguin teen influencer. So Penguin Random House has sent me 2 books. Now I know a number of us in the community were invited to do so as well, and congratulations to everyone. Because I specifically read Afrofuturist work, I want to be really careful about the books that I accept from Penguin, because I want to make sure that they are within my reading genre, so I actually read them. So one of the books that's coming out, as you know, is The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. So a number of our booktubers are reading and reviewing that book. And like many others, I received a copy of A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. So this is also an arc. 17-year-old Eva is a princess born with the magic of blood and marrow, a dark and terrible magic that hasn't been seen for generations in the vibrant but fractured county of Meyer. Its last known practitioner was Queen Rhaena, who toppled the native Khmer royalty and massacred thousands, including her own sister, 8 generations ago, thus beginning the rival heir tradition. Living in Rhaena's long and dark shadow, Eva must now face her older sister, Issa, in a battle to the death if she hopes to ascend to the ivory throne, because in the queendom of Meyer, only the strongest, most ruthless rulers survive. And it goes on. So we shall see. So this comes out August 2019, and it is from Putnam Sons Penguin House Random. It's an imprint of Penguin House. All right. I mean, I'm down. I like what the cover is telling me. As an only child, I like a good sibling rivalry. And you've probably heard about this as well. This is an arc of War Girls and written by Toshi Onyebuchi, and I've never read any of Toshi's work. So the year is 2172. Climate change and nuclear disasters have rendered much of Earth unlivable. Only the lucky ones have escaped to space colonies in the sky. In war-torn Nigeria, battles are fought using flying deadly mechs, and soldiers are outfitted with bionic limbs and artificial organs meant to protect them from the harsh radiation-heavy climate. Across the nation, as the years-long civil war rages on, survival becomes the only way of life. Two sisters, Oni and Ifi, dream of more. Their lives have been marked by violence and political unrest. Still, they dream of peace, of hope, and of a future together. And they're willing to fight an entire war to get there. So, as I'm thinking, since this is a book that takes place in space, this might actually count as a space opera. So, yeah, there are space colonies in the sky and people are fighting. So I think I might read this for a space opera September. And yes, so it comes out in October 2019. So that's War Girls. So this package, there's 3 books in here. This one's from, I don't know, APX Distribution. We shall see. Oh, okay. I got another copy of Black Magic Women. Okay, this one is Hadriana in All My Dreams. Somebody, oh, I'm so sorry, but somebody recommended this book to me and I don't remember who it was. So Hadriana in All My Dreams, a novel by Renee Depestre. Okay, Adriana in All My Dreams takes place primarily during, somebody recommended this because it's for one of the challenges of Latinx Month, and it is read a book written by a Latinx author whose first language is not Spanish, I think. So it takes place primarily during Carnival in 1938 in the Haitian village of Jacmel. A beautiful young French woman, Hadriana, is about to marry a Haitian boy from a prominent family. But on the morning of the wedding, Hadriana drinks a mysterious potion and collapses at the altar. Transformed into a zombie, that's sudden, her wedding becomes her funeral. She is buried by the town, revived by an evil sorcerer, then disappears into popular legend. Set against a backdrop of magic and eroticism, and recounted with delirious humor, the novel resounds with Depestre's lusty claim that all beings, even the undead ones, have a right to happiness and true love. Okay, I'm ready. So Renee Depestre was born in 1926 and is one of the most important voices in Haitian literature. So I have only read Edwidge Dantica, I think. Maybe there's another Haitian writer that I've read, but so I'm looking forward to this as a part of the Latinx Readathon. So yeah. And then this is Tentacle, written by Rita Indiana. Interesting cover. Translated by Aki Obejas, winner of the grand prize of the Association of Caribbean Writers. Plucked from her life on the streets of post-apocalyptic Santo Domingo, young maid Asilde Figueroa finds herself at the heart of Santeria prophecy. Okay, this is my jam. Only she can travel back in time and save the ocean and humanity from disaster. But first she must become the man she always was, with the help of a sacred anemone. Tentacle is an electric novel with a big appetite and a brave vision, plunging headfirst into questions of climate change, technology, Yoruba ritual, queer politics, poverty, sex, colonialism, and contemporary art, bursting with punk energy and lyricism. It is a restless, addictive trip. The Tempest meets the telenovela. Wow. Whoever recommended this to me, thank you. This is great. I think you might like this, Jessie from Bow Ties and Books. Yeah, so very cool. Queer, Afro-Latinx, Yoruba, technology, colonization, anti-colonization. This is cool. So this was published in 2018. It's a translated work, so it also, I should have done this research before, but it does meet one of the prompts of the Latinx-A-Thon, which is to read a translated work. Okay, another, I think this is a middle grade. So this is the Jumbies. And as a Trinidadian, I definitely grew up hearing about Jumbies, which comes out of Caribbean folklore. So Corinne Lemaire claims she isn't afraid of anything. Not scorpions, not the boys who tease her, and certainly not Jumbies. They're just tricksters made up by parents to frighten their children. True fact. Then one night, Corinne chases an agouti all the way into the forbidden forest, and shining yellow eyes follow her to the edge of the trees. They couldn't belong to a Jumbie, or could they? When Corinne spots a beautiful stranger at the market the very next day, she knows something extraordinary is about to happen. When this same beauty, called Severine, turns up at Corinne's house, danger is in the air. Severine plans to claim the entire island for the Jumbies. Corinne must call her courage and her friends and learn to use ancient magic she didn't know she possessed to stop Severine and to save her island home. Cool. So, The Jumbies was written by Tracy Batiste, and I want to say she's Canadian? No, I don't know. I should not say these things. So, it was published in 2015. I'm not sure how I heard about her. Anyway, Tracy Batiste lived in Trinidad until she was 15. She grew up on Jumbie stories and fairy tales. She's a former teacher who works as a writer and editor. This is her first middle grade novel. I feel like I thought she was Canadian. Algonquin Young Readers. That doesn't mean she's Canadian. Printed in the USA. Anyway, so this is the first. I think there are 3 in this series, but yeah, really loving that. Okay, and then one more. I apologize, I was supposed to do this unboxing a very long time ago. So this says welcome to the Kingdom of Souls. So this is I'll show you the box if I can do this. I don't know how y'all like do these angled 33 minutes. Oh my gosh, this video is too long. Okay, so this is what's inside the box, and it smells really good. Okay, so this is the Kingdom of Souls, and so I've got an advanced reader's edition of Kingdom of Souls written by Rena Barron, and I'll show you the other stuff. So I got this from Harper Teen, so thank you very much, HarperCollins. In her debut, Rena Barron has kicked off an adventure that puts the epic in epic fantasy, one with a richly textured world, star-crossed romance, and a story that's fresh and twisty and fun that makes you care so much about its sky-high stakes by making them deeply personal. Kingdom of Souls is the story of a girl who faces an impossible choice, with the fate of her world on the line. But it's also the story of a girl who's never lived up to her mother's ruthless ambitions, a girl whose loving father has always protected her, but who she now hopes to protect in return, a girl whose best friend has been slowly growing into something more. I hope you fall in love with her journey and the complex, fierce, and flawed characters who inhabit it. Okay, I hope so too. So in this box, so I've got the book, and then the box smells really good too. And then I've got a lovely bookmark. And I'm starting to read more YA, and part of the reason why that's happening is because I'm meeting a lot of people with, tweens and teenagers, and I want them to know that there are lots of books around. So then I've got, this is a book lover's soy candle, and it's supposed to smell like aged paper and dusty shelves. It does not, but it smells better than that. So I'm glad, because I don't want to be smelling no dust. So got a little candle, which I will, as obliged, burn while I'm reading it. And then I got a bath bomb, and I take a lot of baths. So this is by Black Sheep, oatmeal, milk, and honey. It smells really nice, and it's got a little bit of oatmeal in front. Also this little doll, which I have mixed feelings about, so you can see that. Okay, let's put that back. And I've got the card. It just says that this comes out September 3rd, came out September 3rd, 2019. So a nice little card, good for collaging. And then this is the spoiler card. Oh, I got a character card as well. So this is Ara or Ara. So a character card, also very good for collaging. She got nice braids and magic. Okay, so that is it. That is my late summer, because it's not fall until the 21st of September. So, you know, live your life right. And my unboxing. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Now, before I go, I would like to thank everyone who subscribed to this channel within the last 3 or 4 months. Onyx Pages has now reached 3,000 subscribers. And I'm very happy about that. So if you have been watching this content and you like it, please subscribe so that you can see more, and let me know in the description what you like, what you'd like to see more of, maybe what you'd like to see less of. And yeah, thank you for joining this booktube channel community. Okay, it is 37 minutes. I am done. Have a great Sunday. Bye.